Well, we'll see if it's back up. I think Nate crashed the system. It's a Thursday night. We're allowed to do stuff like this, right? So let's look at our length. I want to try to pull some of this out. Just stealing material from the edge here. I should double check. Well, at least my messages are going through. And apparently I'm still streaming on Twitch. It's like part 1 and part 2. I guess I'll have to go back and edit that later. Nate, you broke it. Actually, I blame it all on Windows. Because I know I can do this on the Mac real easy. For Windows, I probably need some sort of weird tool or, application that does it all for me. But unfortunately, I guess everybody watching on, I don't know, did the stream just continue for you on YouTube, or did you have to reload it? So all I'm doing there, okay, so it did stop. On Twitch, it stayed. I set up a new recording, but I didn't have to reload the page. So all I did there was I just cut the 2 corners off of that. That's going to make it a little bit easier for me to bring down to a point. Well, Nate, we now know that we can't do cool things with Twitch and Discord all at the same time. Twitch, OBS, Discord, and YouTube, I guess. So while that is heating back up, let's go in and take There we go. Change that to part 2, streaming live now. So this is how we do this, right? Awesome. See, we wanted to break it down into 2 separate videos. We knew that this was just going to be too long to just watch. So, Nate, it is possible. The problem is I didn't realize I loaded the Discord app, but for some odd reason it signed me into the web browser. And that caused a whole bunch of turmoil. And so what I have to do is, I guess, mute Twitch. But the thing that sucks about that is I still like to hear the echo of my voice in my head, because then I know that I'm streaming. If I just did it from my NDI monitor, that's cool. I know what the levels are, but I don't know that it's actually broadcasting. And I have it quiet enough in my ears that I'm not really listening to it. I can hear it in the background. But on the Mac, it's real easy for me to go ahead and set up each individual program as an audio source. It's a little bit different under Windows. Yeah, I think it would be really cool. Tim and I were actually talking about being able to do some sort of class with him in his shop, me teaching him, but over the internet. So right now, if I was going for that German-style chef's knife, I'd actually have it, but that is not what I'm going for. Let's check Restream, see who's actually Have we gotten anybody back? So let's see what we've got. We've got one person watching on Twitch and one person watching on YouTube. So I guess Bill and Jeff and Mark, they're probably all sitting there watching the first video, not realizing that we crashed it because we're idiots. So it's just you and I, Nate. Okay, let's right now Twitch is installing. So as soon as Discord installs, I think I have a solution for this. Let's close that first one. Yeah, I just saw your text. That's a great idea. No, it's not over. It's not over at all, Jeff. Nate, tell him we had to start a new stream. I don't want to use any app for this. What is it talking about? Okay, so there we go. Nate, if you talk in the Discord, I think you are actually broadcasting live now. Of course, I don't know if I can hear you or not. So, and everything's probably on a delay. Wait, where am I hearing you from? Okay, so you're coming through the mic or through the speaker right in front of me. That's really weird. Let me go into Discord settings. Or more importantly, let me go into advanced audio settings.
And yes, there is a bit of a delay.
Okay, now I can't hear you. However, if I go back, wait a minute, this might, okay.
Yes. Bit of a
Okay, I can't hear you. However, okay, so I can hear you now. Yeah, there's a huge delay, isn't there?
Hi.
But can you hear me real time?
You can hear me now. Yes.
But you hear me real time?
Hear me. Yes. Yes, I can hear you in real time. Yes.
Yes. And can you hear me? Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, so what I had to do was I actually did some weird stuff, and apparently I can just pull up a certain audio channel. I don't know, Jeff, can you hear Nate talking? The delay is driving me crazy. But see, Nate, I think I'm actually hearing you through the Twitch broadcast. I'm not hearing you real time through Discord. But
Yeah,
that's
I think
because I have
that's
Discord
what's going
outputting
on.
to something else. So that means if I do this, now do me a favor and talk, Nate.
Hi.
Yeah,
Can you
see,
hear me now?
yes, but so I'm actually hearing you through the speaker on the floor.
Okay.
So I'm not hearing you in my ears. I'm actually hearing you through that speaker we use to watch TV.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But yet I'm hearing Twitch in my ear. So it's all sorts of confusing.
Yeah, I'm getting a weird delay echo in my ears as well.
So that means that your voice is not coming through the Twitch. Is your PC guy able to? Oh wait. Oh, but it's just buffering most of the time. Yeah. See, these are the latency issues that we have to work on. And I don't necessarily know that it's on my end, because we're running 1 gig fiber. My last check was we were doing about 980 up. Oh wait, actually from the shop we were doing I think 830 up. So it's a little slower because we're 300 feet behind the house. But it is hardwired through, so the hammer blows and everything are right on. That's interesting.
And as long as I pause the video, the echo is not there. So I can't watch the stream and talk at the same time through the headset.
Huh.
Yeah.
So Nate, what I'm wondering is can I share my Oh, see, now I'm hearing you. Oh, it sounds really creepy.
Why? What sounds creepy about it?
Oh, you sound like discorporeal or something, it's like I don't know, you're otherworldly. Kind of this metallic echo going on.
Oh. Let me see. I'm going to try bring up Twitch and see what that's like.
See, this is where we need to have like PC Anywhere. Is that still a thing? Like Tim had already like asked through OBS. I think we can set it up where you could actually do all the cool stuff, all the background stuff, or he could do it or whatever. Somebody remotely could actually control all this stuff.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But yeah, us talking in real time is weird because the stream is, got that delay on it. So it's
right.
Weird.
Yeah. So you and I talk in real time, but everybody else hears this way after the fact.
Right.
But, that's kind of the same way that television works. It's not like those people in the studio are giving you the news at the exact same moment that you're hearing it.
This is also true.
Because all it takes is one of them saying, fuck or shit, and, next thing you know, they've got to scatter and, throw something in there. Bleep it out.
So what are you using for handle material?
I still have a piece of Zero Coat, and so I think I'm going to use the Zero Coat. Basically, I'm going to use the Zero Coat and the yellow liner. I don't know. None of my other knives match as far as handles go, so I may go completely different on this. Seems like I have a very eclectic collection for my knife roll. So.
Well, it's to show off different options for people. Yeah,
exactly. Well, and so I'm taking some knives that were my personal knives, and those are going to go to our next show.
Whenever that may be.
Which I believe is actually October 31st and November 1st.
Yeah, I'll believe it when it happens.
Well, that was the message I got from C&E.
All right.
Yeah, see, Jeff, you hear the spookiness too. Okay, so.
All right, so I'm just that spooky guy in the corner. Gotcha.
So there we go. We're starting to get that shape for that French style chef's knife.
So what makes it a French style?
So on a normal German style chef's knife, I'll do this over again. On a German style chef's knife, we've got this rocker area right here. It's not completely flat, and especially right here, it's into a really nice curve. And this knife is meant to cut this way. But with a French style chef's knife, it essentially starts here, but then it's a straight line towards this tip. And the tip is also in line with the bottom of the handle. And how it's meant to be used is it's meant to cut like this, where it's a forward pushing cut. It's not a rocker. So it's used in a different way. They're not extremely common.
Gotcha. So
mainly because there's not many companies making them anymore. So
yeah,
I'm using the rolling mill right now to keep this the right thickness. Definitely have to take some of that tip down. Kind of looks like a clip point now. I'll fix that, but yes, Jeff, we know there's a huge delay on chat. There's always been a huge delay on chat. Just be glad I don't have a clock here. And I mean, Now, there's also a huge delay in me reading what you're writing and then replying to you. But I get that you can actually see what's popping up there.
Yeah, I'm going to need to get some 1095 when I do get back
And
up there so I can make knives for the next show.
What's that?
I said I'm going to have to get some 1095 when I do get back up so that way I can make some knives for the next show. I mean, I have some, but I want to make newer. You know what I mean? New ones.
Yeah.
I still have that Damascus one in my box here to finish off too.
Yeah. So this knife is looking a little skinny here. But I haven't actually even started pulling out the bevels yet. My God, this is when the severe thunderstorms were supposed to start. Better take a look outside, see what's going on. Well, it's definitely getting dark out, but, you know, it was going to get dark out regardless. But the wind is picking up.
You have about a half hour, according to radar, before they start landing on top of you.
About half an hour?
Yep.
Is that for me or for you in South Jersey?
You.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all I know is my phone's been blowing up with it, so... That's good. We're almost done for the night. So I've gotten most of my shape. I mean, obviously, I'm going to refine that handle a little bit more. I'm going to go through the rolling mill one more time, not putting quite full pressure on some of it. So we're getting there. I need something really dark behind here to show that off. There you go. That looks about best. So that's a 10-inch blade, slightly over 10 inches, I think. But that just gives me a little bit of material that I'm going to end up trimming down. So I'm going to go for the bevels now, realizing that there's going to be a lot to correct. Jeff, you're east of me, aren't you? Because we got a little bit of rain, like as I've been broadcasting, but it's supposed to get bad sometime in the next 3 hours. But all I really want to do with this is I want to get this ready for tomorrow. So I'm just pulling those bevels down. So Nate, what are you up to later on tonight?
Not sure. Kind of on a standstill with the dragon, so I can order the die and hardware for it.
I need to get somebody to help me stress test the AV system that I put into our server.
What what do you mean? What do we need to do?
On Foundry. I don't know that audio video works. I know that Eric was able to jump in while he was at work the other day, but he didn't have a camera or speakers hooked up to his laptop for work, so he wasn't able to jump in and see if it actually chats. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay, you're north. So I'm just trying to pull out a little bit of extra width out of this as much as I can. It's so hard to keep track of where everyone that, tunes into the stream actually is from. Here's the problem. I think it might be a 3 to 4 minute delay on what you see on the chat because we're using a relay server that does the chat independently. But what you need to do is when I say 1, 2, 3, go, when you hear me say go, then you press, 1 and hit enter, and then count the time in between there. So that would give you the delay in the chat room, but I don't think it's that far delayed as far as audio goes. I don't have a clock on the wall, so I don't know how you can actually tell what time I'm broadcasting this. Yes, Mark, still streaming. Second iteration of tonight's stream, since Nate and I crashed it trying to get some cool audio, like being able to have somebody else chat along with me. But hey,
Don't
why
blame
not?
me. This is all your fault.
It is not my fault, Nate. Okay, so you're about 1:12. Minute and 12-second delay. I'm willing to live with that. I mean, if we were all trying to cut the blue wire at the exact same time, we'd be fucked and we'd all be dead. But we're not. Boy, that thing's really taking some curve, isn't it? Let's just straighten that out.
Made to cut bananas, right?
It's for cutting around corners, Nate.
Gotcha.
I'm glad to hear that Nikki's back in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's a relief on my end. So, one less thing for me to worry about.
Did they drive back?
No, they took a flight out like 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a hell of a drive.
Yes, it is. Roughly, well, they're in Jacksonville, so it's like 13 hours.
Yeah, Jacksonville is definitely not as bad as, say, driving from Key West.
No.
I'm happy with that overall shape. It's starting to come out nice. I definitely see the knife in there that I want. Oh, don't look at knife kits, Mark. You said you wanted to come back for a Damascus class anyway.
That's a good 2 knives right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate knife kit right there.
I mean, unless you go for something crazy like a Damascus kukri or something, then you're just being ridiculous.
All right, so just want to clean up these bevels, straighten them out. See if I can get a little bit more width out of this blade. This overall profile will change a little bit when I'm grinding too. Remember, I want that tip to actually start at the bottom, essentially at the bottom level in line with the handle. So there's going to be a taper. There's going to be tapers all around going on here. But like I'm really fond in saying in class, you know, this isn't about necessarily hammering the knife out completely to shape, especially when it's not a design that you're used to doing. You know, your goal should be hammering out something that you can say, well, what do I have to remove to reveal that knife in there? Ooh, where are you moving to, Mark? Two mortgages sounds like it sucks. So I'm just going to use the hydraulic press here to straighten our blade out. Well, that's nice. Get the hell out of that city. I can say that I used to live there. Don't get me wrong, I love Philadelphia. However, comma, I don't think I'd want to live there anymore. So I just want to heat up that handle area and straighten that out. Well, at least it's enough to justify owning a mower.
Nah, you just pay somebody to mow it.
I've got 2 acres and I don't own a mower.
We just have the one, and nope, still pay somebody.
The only problem, Nate, is it's actually easier for me to hear you in the headphones.
Really?
Yeah, with the forge is kind of in between you, me, and the speaker.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm afraid to turn it up anymore because I don't want my mic picking it up.
True. That's a good point.
Just a slight curve there towards the very tip. And I realize I've got a little bit of thickness that needs to be ground down, but
Hey, that's what grinders are for.
Yes, it is what grinders are for. Mark, the problem with paying people to mow your lawn, I have a landscape company next door, and so they're going to mow my lawn regardless because that's where they test their mowers out when they fix them. So I pay $50 a month to have my lawn mowed. However, I think they're charging people like a lot more than that per week to mow their lawns.
I mean, we have, I want to say, roughly 3/4 of an acre that gets mowed, and they mow our grass every other week, and it's like $50.
Oh, that's not bad, Nate.
No, it's not horrible.
So, I'm happy with this. Let me turn that off. I'll come up a little closer here. So, there we go. That is our chef's knife. Real nice and thin. Kind of hard to see on the camera, but compared to the piece I forged out, finished up last week. So we're definitely going a little bit bigger there. So that'll be nice to use in the kitchen. This is that knife that you break out on Thanksgiving when you're, Yeah, Mark, that's I think. Let me just double check right now. Let me grab a tape measure. So, yeah, we're about 10 3/4 inches on that blade right now, but there's going to be some wasted. So we're going to end up having a 10-inch blade on this. And our overall length at the moment is 16 3/4. So some of that's going to come down as well. Figure we're probably going to be about 15 inches overall and about a 10-inch blade. A little bit bigger than what I would recommend for most people's home kitchens, just because most people don't have a cutting block big enough to make use of a knife that size. But, when you're doing things like, I cook for 22 people at Thanksgiving, and, then I'm cutting up a lot of celery, I'm cutting up a lot of lettuce, I'm cutting up a lot of things where it's long, straight cuts, and just having that much edge really helps. It's much more efficient. So tomorrow I am going to go ahead and get this all cleaned up and get it ready for heat treat. Oh. Well, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. I appreciate all of you being here. Tune in tomorrow. Probably be around noon or so when we actually start broadcasting. So other than that,
finish it off tomorrow.
I think you just asked me finishing it off tomorrow, but
yes, I did.
Yeah, I hope to get it finished off tomorrow. I may not get the handles done, but those you know me, I prefer to let them sit overnight with the epoxy on them, or 24 hours before I go ahead and sand that stuff down anyway. But as far as the overall knife sands handle, yeah, it should all be done tomorrow.
Cool.
But so cool, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you being here. Remember to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us if you're here on Twitch. And we'll see you tomorrow at some point, probably around noon. Oh, and Mark, thanks for letting me know that Nate's coming in loud and clear.
See?
No spooky echo. That's because he fixed something on his end. That's how that works.
I didn't touch a thing over here.
That's all right, Nate. I can keep on talking to you while I'm here. So let me. How do I do this? Oh, that's right. I just hit the sign out button, and hey, cue the music.
See you guys. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, well, see, that works.
Just